So there's been a lot of talk about the air filters. The last time I showed you the video, I had the stock paper element filter and found just a tiny bit of dust inside. Nothing I'm going to lose much sleep about. That was somewhere around 16,000 kilometers. The bike currently has about 24,500 kilometers. And I thought it was time to check the filtration of the DNA filter. As you can see, there's a fair bit of dust and dirt on the bike. Don't do a lot of dirt, but enough, I guess, to check out these filters. So one of the things I did when I put the DNA filter in was I greased the filter top, or pardon me, the filter box top, and you can see a little bit of bleed here where the grease looks like it's come out through the seal there. But I'll just have a look at the other side here and see what that looks like. And again, it looks like you can see just a little bit of this grease bleed through here, and a tiny little separation of the top there. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. And one of the things I did do was borrowed a pair of my wife's nylons here, and I made my own filter socks for the intakes. I guess you can see a little bit of dust coming off those as I flick them, so they might have been catching a little bit. Anyhow, I'm going to pop this off and show you guys what's inside after, what's that, about 7,500 kilometers with a DNA filter. Okay, so I've removed the screws for the airbox here. I'm just going to pop the lid again for the second time, one at 16,000 and now again at about 24,500. I've ordered a DNA filter gasket for the top of this box instead of using grease, and I thought it was about time to check the filter at 7,500 clicks to see if anything has gone by. So here we go. I'll pop this out here. Just while I'm doing that, one thing I'd like to mention to you guys is when you take these things apart, I found it made a huge difference to put on some dielectric grease on all the connectors. Boy, it made getting those connectors apart a lot easier, especially the fuel pump connector down at the bottom that gets kind of dirty and filthy. So let's see what happens here. I'm just going to pop this thing off here. I think I got everything out of the way. It comes off much easier when it's greased. And again, the inside of the cover, it looks like a little bit of dust in there, but I didn't really clean it out the last time, so maybe that was there from the last time. So I'll just set that down here, and we'll go back inside the case, or for the airbox, and there's definitely some oil from the oiled filter. You can see down at the bottom there it's kind of shiny. Again, the DNA filter inside, and you can see a little bit of dust on the side of that box there. And again, I didn't clean it too well when I took it apart, so I don't know if that was there from before. I want to check this side. There's, looks like dust getting in the side there as well, so that's not a good sign. So back to the filter here. I guess we should look at these stacks again, and it looks like the front stack, this stack looks pretty clean, but it looks like this front intake stack, or trumpet, I forget what these things are called, looks like it's got a fair bit of dust coming through. Oh yeah, there's a fair bit on there now, and that's pretty clear that there's dust in there. That's not very good at all. So let's have a look down inside here, see what's going on. And again, there's dust on the dirty side, obviously. But the amount of dust on this front intake, whatever you want to call it, looks like it's a fair bit this time. And again, there's oil down the bottom here, and I can feel kind of a gritty consistency here. A little bit of that grit getting through, but there's definitely some dust getting through this box. You can see there, I just wiped the dust with my greasy finger. So that means some more investigation about the dust and what's getting through here. Okay, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit and see if I can determine where the dust is getting through. Okay, so I'm just going to pop out this filter holder, and you can see here where the dust is, sort of at the top there. You can see a little bit of the oil on the bottom. I guess that's from the filter. So that's that part, the filter holder. Set that aside. The actual DNA filter doesn't look bad. I'll just flip this around this side, and it looks like it's got a fair bit of dirt and filth on there. But as expected, that's what it's there for. And I'll just set that to the side as well. And the bottom of this box here. Let's just see. Maybe I can use the light on the other side. So you can definitely see it's clean on the dirty side, and here on the clean side you can see a bit of this dust is getting through there. Again, here's that so like I did the first time around, I've volunteered one of my clean white t-shirts for this test here. It will be clean and white after I check this out, I'm sure. So I'm just gonna, if I can feed that down inside while I've got the video on. This is basically what I did the last time as well. So push that in as far as I can, and give it a couple of twists to see what actually comes out of there. But again, this is similar to what I saw come out of it the first time around with the OEM filter, a bit of dust. I'll just lay this thing out here, but you can see it's sort of oily, sandy consistency, and I guess, or oily, dusty consistency, similar to the last time, but maybe this a little bit darker because of the oil. But either way, it looks like some dust has got through both the DNA filter and the stock paper element filter. So I'll clean these up, and I've got to do some thinking now about what filtration system I want to go with. There's just a clean wipe of what I've done there. You can see, obviously, not the best solution, the DNA filter at this point. So here's the clean side of the DNA air filter, and I'm trying to move this around so you can see that it doesn't look like the dust is coming through this filter. It must be going around the filter holder or over the lid somehow. But there's the front side of the filter. Oops, let me try that. You can see there's a little bit of dirt and stuff. That filter is doing what it's supposed to do. And if I hold that, I think this filter has done its job. So at this point, I guess the remaining factory lid and whatnot is the suspect part. So here's the inside of this cover. You can see on the dirty side here, obviously the majority of the dust was kept out. That's on the dirty side of that cover. Maybe I'll just use that t-shirt to see if there's anything just on the inside of this gap there. And it's very hard to see here, but there is a tiny little bit just on the other side of that bridge there. So, as others have pointed out, that may be where the dust is getting through. Just see right there that the dust may have gotten over that bridge. Now I've got a uni filter on order. I don't know whether I want to risk relying on that with DNA filter that's cleaned, or whether I should go ahead and look for alternatives for this air filter. So the telltale signs of air leaking through, you can see this was a clean t-shirt when I started. Some of this may be the oil from the DNA filter, but it's obvious that this other stuff here is a mixture of dust and other crap that's got through, so that's not a good sign. So I'll do a little video and post it up for you guys on YouTube.